You're going to want to maximize your time in the Army National Guard. So you want to keep your name in the hat for schools and orders that come up. You'll hear it time and time again that your career is up to you, but as a National Guard soldier, what does that actually mean? In this video, I have a few pointers for you. Hi, I'm Cody and I talk about the Army National Guard. The first tip I have here is low-hanging fruit. It's be in good standing with your unit. Show up to drills on time, pass your ACFT, pass your height and weight, and keep your records up to date. And showing up to drill means more than just not being marked AWOL. All right? Show up to drill and be a problem solver. Become a valuable asset for your unit. And if you're doing all these things, unfortunately, you're going to be one of the top performers in your unit. And your leadership's going to start counting on you. And that's how you get the schools and the orders. I say unfortunately because all I mentioned so far is just doing the basic soldiering skills. Not even soldier skills, just basic tasks of your contract. So if you're doing these things, you're going to be at the top and people will take notice. In modern times, I've heard people say, and I've seen on videos, people say that if you do more work, you're just going to be doing more work and have more responsibilities and less pay. And or something like don't show your management how much you know or how much you can do because they're going to expect more of you. And that is true, but it's being looked at in the wrong light. If that mindset is working for you in the civilian sector, then keep on keeping on, I guess. But if you want to succeed in the National Guard, you will have to do a little bit more. Once you've set your base as a dependable soldier, that's when schools will start opening up for you because your unit knows that they can send you with no issue. Now, the caveat here is you might get to your unit and they're like, hey, we need 3 people to go to this school right now. So you're off to the races immediately. But those are few and far between. I'm talking to the soldier who's been in and they feel stagnant and they see other people going to school and they don't know how to get there. Depending on your MOS and your unit, different schools will be available. I'm most familiar with the engineers, so I know that we have a C4 crane operator class. C4 is the designation code and it just means that you're going to be a crane operator. So we send our engineers to go to that school. Some more generalized schools that typically each unit has is going to be unit movement officer, hazmat certifier, and schools like EO, equal opportunity. Getting certified in these things are a good way to become more useful within the unit. That way you show up to drill with a job and jobs to delegate to people, and drill doesn't feel so useless, if that's how you feel. So keep your name in the hat for schools as they become available. That's literally the first thing your AGR staff thinks. When a school pops up, is like, who is dependable enough? Who has their records in order? Who has their government travel card? Who's not flagged? And can they go to school? That's literally the order of merit list. So I mentioned travel. Everyone traveling on government orders must have a government travel card. So if you don't have one and you want to go to school, let that be your next step. Contact your chain of command and get in touch with your AGR staff and get an application going. Once you have that, you can travel to training. So the next tip here is to keep your employer up to date on your training. If you have a reservation in an Army school or even the prospect of a reservation in an Army school, try to get the dates to your employer so they can plan around that too. You don't want to just show up to work and pop a set of orders and say, hey, Friday, I'm leaving and I won't be here for 2 weeks, right? That's not good business practice. Keep your employer up to date on your goals within the National Guard and your comings and goings. And that's going to make their life a whole lot easier. Once you have a reservation in an Army school, your unit's going to produce an order. And once you get that order, you take that to your employer and let them know that you're being put on orders from this date to this date. You're going to need to miss work and they're going to have to work with you. There's not much an employer can do if you're validly called, is that even a thing? If you're called to duty and you have orders from the National Guard unit. Many employers enjoy having National Guard troops on their team, but don't let it become something where it drives a wedge between you and your civilian job. Keep it professional, keep them informed, and keep both of your jobs going. So let's say that you've done everything that we talked about thus far. Now go to that course, do your best, and boom, you're going to be a more valuable asset to your unit. Things to avoid. Whining. If you're typically someone who doesn't show up to drill on time or doesn't show up at all, or you constantly have a flat tire when it's drill weekend, don't whine because you don't get to go to school. You're not dependable. I've been in for almost 18 years now, and every drill weekend we get the same tired ass picture of a driver's side rear tire flat. It's just circulating the internet. There's no way that everybody has the same flat tire all the time. Get to drill. If nothing else, you know how to PMCS stuff. Drill's Saturday, PMCS your vehicle on Friday. Number 2, keep your records up to date. Your unit needs to know if you have a change of address or change of bank account. So it's your responsibility to provide that information so your records are correct and you get paid on time. You like money, right? When you return from training, sign your DTS voucher. It's literally a reimbursement for your travel. For like miles that you traveled. It's probably going to be more than you spent going to the trip. It's money waiting on you. Sign your DTS voucher, and in 7 to 10 business days, you get a direct deposit into your account. I don't know why soldiers don't sign their travel voucher, but you need to sign your travel voucher. It's literally more money. And why does your unit get so bent out of shape about you not signing your travel voucher? 1, we think it's dumb because you want to get paid, you need to get paid, take the money. And 2, your name and our unit's name shows up on every report from the state level down because they're using that they're tracking that money to put into the budget. If this money is supposed to be spent, but it's still sitting in the account and it's because Private Joe Snuffy didn't sign his travel voucher, that's on you. Sign your stuff. All right, number 3. Study for the course that you're going to. If you're requesting to go to a certain school, know about that school before you go. Everything's online. We used to have this thing called OPSEC, but it has gone away. Study the material that's online and know more than everybody else going into it. Find someone in your unit who has been to the course and go get with them and let them know your goals. Hey, I would like to go to hazmat. Can you walk me around a couple of fuelers and show me how we certify fuelers? Or, you know, I know that you've done the ammo handling class. How do we do that? You know, get somebody to show you some stuff. Any hands-on training is going to be good because when you get to the school, you will have already done it. So you could either become more proficient in it and show up on top of the class, or you can get into it and find out you really don't like it. And then you got to set your sights elsewhere. Over the years, I've dealt with soldier issues and soldier complaints that I've covered in this video. And I've given a ton of career guidance and the same issues persist. And this is just a quick video with the simplest answers. But the long and short of it is if you don't have more time than to do the prescribed 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks in the summer, then you can't complain that you don't get opportunities. You really got to keep your name in the hat and step out there and go to those schools and do a little bit more. And it's going to pay off. So be realistic with your expectations of the Guard based on your input. So maybe this video didn't hit home with your particular situation, but I got close. Let me know. Do you have questions about schools for different MOS, or you're having problems getting a particular school in general and you don't know why you can't get that school? Ask it in the comments. Maybe I'll make a different video. I'll do a little bit of research and then come back to you with what I got. I appreciate you watching. Peace.